live on the Moon Day energy. Hey, I have to say something before I forget. Those who stand behind the false image of the Son of Man shall face God. Is that right? Yep. That's right. Those who stand behind the false image of the Son of Man shall face God. I'm stuck on that. I got stuck on that. I heard it, something like that. Not word for word. I heard it from Immortal Technique. He kills it, dude. I don't think there's a justice rapper better than him. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer and teacher and shaman and seer and oracle and lightworker, starseed, earth angel, your mystic, your medium, your psychic, your witch, your yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your true messenger of God. Your spiritual psychoanalyst. I'm seeing amazing cards. First creation in the divine feminine form. I am the dark goddess reincarnated, Lilith. I'm all the dark goddesses, but I'm just living the timeline of Lilith. The time of my life. Get it? The time of my life, of this life. I don't get to go and have a new life. I have to fix all my other lives. Isn't that great? In order to keep up with me, you had to see my last live video, my latest short, and what I posted in my community page. Let's see. The last thing I posted, I was listening to Gary. I didn't listen to Gary. I attacked Gary because he had put shaman on his bio. I challenged the authority of other spiritualists just as much as they challenged me. So let's just be clear on that one. But anyways, I didn't believe him until I saw him in a live video with Wolfman, and he said how he was in Bali and he didn't like it because he was having all of these, he called them psychic experiences. He was seeing time. And so, you know, I think that's what it is. It broke the interest of someone when you tell someone that they want to go to that place and have that experience. You tell them it's a haunted house and they want to go and see it. It's like, there's a reason I'm telling you I wasn't comfortable there. You want to go and play around? You want to fuck around and find out? Go fuck around and find out then, motherfucker. He had seen some really chaotic shit. He said that when he was sitting at a restaurant, he was just sitting there and he saw what I say is the astrals, you know what I mean? It looks like a holograph in front of reality. He said he was sitting there and he witnessed a man run through the freaking restaurant and jump out the window on a high-story building. He watched this play out. Now, it's not just the watching of the time, it's the feeling you get in time. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I didn't believe in him, so I watch him occasionally when he pops up, and he popped up with the Sagittarius video. And I can see his visions as he's getting them. He's like, I don't know why I'm getting this. Why he's getting it is he can see somebody at a daycare. He can see somebody doing advocacy. He can see someone retired. Those are the images that they're giving you as words. They show you an image, right? Wolfman doesn't get that. He doesn't get specifics. You know what I mean? He tries to close his eyes and let me see what I can see. We see it in the light with our eyes open, bro. It's not ultimately. So I posted that. After that, or before that, I posted a picture of the orbs. Yesterday in our video, we pulled the orbs of light, and I tried to describe what I saw off of light. And it was very interesting because I looked it up on Google. Google says if you see it on, light posts, then there's something wrong with your eyes. But if you see it on the moon, then it's a phenomenon of crystals and ice. So what I'm seeing on the light post isn't a phenomenon of crystals and ice on cold nights and cold mornings. Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Anyways, and that's it too, is I see these orbs around the moon all different colors, not always just rainbow. And that goes back to, do you see the orb around Jesus Christ? Exactly what I showed you in those pictures. That's what I see around light. That's my aura. Take an aura picture and you'll see what color you're giving off. 50 shades of gray. It's part of a prophecy, and that's harnessing. In order to be a white light, you have to harness all your chakras. There's 7 chakras, 7 colors, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. So you have to be giving off all the light, all colors of the rainbow, to be in the light. Ta-da! I also shared last night the conjunction of the moon meets Saturn. That I also shared in here. It's like that's where Jesus lives, the highest thrones, Saturn. Told you, been over here pushing limitations between here and here, bouncing around right here with fucking Pluto, letting things die. Fucking Hades, Uncle Nasty over there. So that's why he's in the energy. It's stupid. It's like you're pushing me. Everything is. I was thinking about that this morning. If you sit on the outside, you're like, damn, you have a lot of fucking adversity all the time. Why do you have so much adversity? Because I'm calling in challenges, bro. You know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, the weather is horrible. It is fucking winter. Maybe Seattle is what I got out of it. I was feeling Seattle, a place I've never been. Washington, it is fucking wet and cold as fuck outside. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna change the tire in this. This sounds great. Ran out of weed. I'm thinking, man, I need to go walk to the dispensary. I'm like, oh man. And you look at my whole situation, you're like, it could be an Eeyore, but it's not. It's like you learn to fucking take it, bro, and have a smile on your face while it's being fed to you. And that's the whole thing. Is like you couldn't handle this. You couldn't handle so many fucking trials and tribulations. It's the tribulation days. Let me, you know what I mean? I nominate myself as fucking tribute. This is my tribute to humanity. Is me taking these days with you. Let me walk you through this. Anyways, love you, Christ. Yeah, he's all powerful and beautiful and somewhere over the rainbow. That was a good joke. Anyways, so we posted that. What else did we post? I don't know. Oh, that I claimed all my power. Oh, and Allie. I was totally like trying not to look that way. There's a couple of them that are really just so hurt, and it's like you're being selfish, bro. You have to deal with that, whether you want to admit it or not. You're being a hater, bro. You hate that I'm moving on without you, that I'm having experiences without you, that I'm progressing and doing things that, you know what I mean, you wish you could do or be there to do with me. That's a hater, bro. That's a hater. If you're just sitting there mad because I have to, you know what I mean? Because I'm moving on in life and I won't just stay how I am and just stay where I was and do nothing with my life. That's not a fucking... That's negative, bro. He needs those headphones. Where the fuck are those headphones? I gave them to him. So I just want to say that to any of you. It's like, you know, regardless... I didn't say I was in this, you know, I'm getting married and I'm in this loving relationship. I said I took my healing to the next level. And yet somehow that offends you. When I go back to this, it's like, there were so many times where I sat here like, hey, good morning. Sat here like, why can't I go to the next levels like other people go to next levels? Because I was held back by facing, you know, just the shit that I went through. In essence, it took me... how many years? How many years? And then those closest to me that are supposed to be my friends are mad at me. You're mad at me. And that's what I want to show you, bro. It's not nice. They don't want you to grow. People around you don't want you to change. They don't want you to get better. They don't want you to push limits. They don't want you to have adventures. They don't want you to change. They like the way things are. They want to keep things the way they are. Because the way they are is they have some kind of, you know, peace with the way that things are. They don't like change. In essence, you know, whatever. It has to do with yourself, not me. It's like, I could have been that guy. Could you, though?
Is bathwater not getting hot?
No, the whole building's down now. But I'm heating that up right now.
I just burnt my foot on it.
I've tried to push it away so that wouldn't happen. And that pushes out lukewarm water. So I have a plan. I got very inventive with this. But yeah, the whole building's gone down, and they're very upset. I know. I'm trying not to be. There's a billion baby wipes if you're feeling very, very nasty. But I'm heating up water right now. I've got inventive. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, and then there's that. There's that. The whole building water went down, and it's like, you know, the sky is falling, and I'm over here. La, da, 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 da. And that's what you're supposed to do. Dude, you're supposed to walk through the fire. And we pulled the fire card yesterday. Anyway, so we just there's a lot in the energy. The Emperor energy is just, you know what I mean, being a master, just mastering yourself and ready to take action. So naturally on a Monday, which is my day off, I'm ready to seize my new life. But God's gotta, you know, I gotta chill, because in essence it's like I got plenty to do around here. I don't want to. I wanted to do better things. That's where it is. You want to do better things with your life, and here comes Mr. Miyagi, and he's all, clean the house, change the tire, do this. You're like, why am I doing this stupid stuff? It's training your mind. For what? So we're going to check the cards and see where it is, what it do, and move on. And yeah, I mean, you guys are stupid. Even I'm not that stupid. Oh, I had sex, so now I'm going to get married. That's not how it works. But I got scared of it. Second I did have sex, I was like, wait, I don't want to get married. I'm scared. I went through this, and then the other fear came up. It's like, I shut up. I got along. But at the same time, it's crazy, because it's like you're so scared, and you're so scared, and you're so scared. And then you finally do it, and like I said, with everything, you have the empowerment to do it again. We were scared to do it the first time, but after you get over that hump, I love this reference. That's super funny. After you get over that hump, then you're ready to do it again. You fought that fear. It won't stand in your way next time. And that's where the growth is. It's like, I've been needing to get over this fear for a long, long time and have this experience, right? What was it like? I don't know. There was a lot going on. It was amazing. But in the spiritual sense, I'm seeing the spiritual of it after the fact. I'm not like you guys reliving, you know, the visual. Well, I mean, there was some great things to see. Shit. I'm just feeling and seeing the spiritual effect on what that meant for my life. That meant a huge deal. You know what I mean? When Marshall and fucking Allie and Lewis go out there and fucking get laid again, they're gonna really feel empowered. They're gonna forget how much they like this, and how that, you know, they were denying themselves a really great thing, and that, you know, they had it in them the whole time. I gotta show the boys how it's done. And it sucks, dude. Oh man, it feels bad. It's not like I don't love you. It's like, oh man, watching them grow without you is a hard thing, I suppose. Hey, you're not the only one. My ex-husbands are all over this shit, and they hate it. They're the most negative beings in the world. Not the only one hating. You're a hater. It's your fault. It's taken me so long. Fucking sleeping with your loser asses. Losers. They hate that too. They hate that they had a loyal chick and shit. Fuck you, losers. I'm gonna do all that shit for fun, not because you told me, but because I learned, and I'm gonna show somebody what I learned. That was a good one. That'll really fuck with them all day. Anyways, moving on. That's not nice. Don't be a hater to somebody's growth. What? That's a shower, not a grower. I am inspiring people to push themselves out there. I tried to inspire all of you this weekend. I can only inspire you. I can't, like, take you with me where I'm going. Let me bring a friend. No, all my friends are men. I don't need more. I do have an idea. Just kidding. All right, where are we at? Oh, shit. I told you, bro. The only card that ever scares me about a relationship is this one. This is a real one. This is a real connection. I'm having a real connection. With what? Myself, obviously. You can see this person is not around. But you know, you think about it, I had so much training of Bobby ghosting me that if I never hear from this person, I've done this before. I know how to handle this. In the essence, it's like you get all this training, you go through all this bad stuff so that bad stuff doesn't bother you. What is it good to know all that? I mean, because everybody else is going through bad stuff, so you could tell them how not to be bothered. Two of Cups. This is a lover's card for real, bro. It's coming into union. I want to project it as it's not a person, but it says I am. That's lovely. Have you realized I'm the love of your life? I am loving. Why wouldn't I am God's love to life, as I said that. I'm just having a hard time channeling it through this big fat ego of mine. That's what he made me for. He made me to love his children. And all the time I'd be like, come get your kids. And that's what Gary's love tarot was talking about. I'm not going into childcare. I'm here to watch out for the children. And you would have had to catch yesterday's video to know all about that. And advocacy work and retired. I'm not that old. I just was called to do it. Everybody's dream is to retire by 40. You just want to have a better nest egg than mine. There's nothing better than mine, dude. God is everlasting, bro. I don't have to worry about shit. And that's what you see, too. You could pull up Sagittarius and Tarot, and you could see it's about to go down. It doesn't mean it'll hit everyone, but it'll hit those of the highest level of light. Those negative ass, that's negative. Those are if you're in a negative energy, if this resonates. It doesn't. I'm not in that energy, bro. I'm all receiving. I'm giving, too. I'm going to give. You know, yeah. I'm going to hold that conversation in. I saw a whole conversation. I was like, I can understand why women become so needy after, because it's a very strong, and that's what I'm worried about this person. I know that you're on a super high in my energy. You're going to feel really bad when this wears off. Plus you got the Lilith, which is, it's a fire, and it pushes your shadows. Fucking with me, it feels all good, but then it feels real bad. Why? Because that's what I do, dude. That's why strangers come up and do that shit. I push it to the surface, bro, so that it can be healed. I attract pain and suffering. Why? Because that's what God made me to do. To bring it out and love you through it. Myself included. So having that energy, it's like, it's going to be, painful. And that's what's really interesting on the spiritual level is I have his energy flowing all over. I'm getting all kinds of downloads from his energy, having it on me. Really? Yeah, all kinds of downloads. It's like I'm tapped into his field completely. And if I do this, even though he doesn't have the awareness, or he might not, or he might, he has mine all over him and he's catching all of my energy. Luckily, it's healed energy. So it can help bring up his it'll bring up his shadows, but my heart energy that's all over him will help him love himself through it. Really? I have a very powerful energy, bro. One of a kind. You have to work hard to get your levels up that high where you can literally just alchemize some shit. And that's why people feel good to be around me. He literally has my energy on him. For how long? I don't know. As long as he feeds it. Not in the sense of, thinking about it and masturbating like some people would think. The more he gives into the lovingness of what it was. If he, you know what I mean? Allows not the sex, but the passion. Then, the more he's in love, the more he'll feel love. The more he'll receive love. Really? Yeah. I was kind of trying to help him with some sex magic. It's like, you got to put your mind on something. Otherwise, this isn't, if you're interested, that's how this works. That's it. It's intention. What are you hoping for? All right, let's read this. The Two of Cups is our current energy. We're in a loving energy. Could be worse, bro. We could be in some shit. I'm in a good energy. I typically am. Shadows come up on a Tuesday. On a Monday. See, I told you. It's the fucking card of union. I told you. This is one of the easiest cards to read. Love and the impulse to seek union with another. It is the most powerful force in the world. Alright. This is what I've learned. And that's why I'm not over tripping like I used to. It's like once you come into union with someone and you feel this, you don't want to let it go, and you become clingy, and you just want to hold on to this moment and experience more. And that's what I said, is like I want to experience more moments of that. And that's where you get fucked up. It's like you expect this person to be able to give you those moments, but maybe they can't. So it's like I said yesterday, it's the most powerful force in the world. When two people come together in love, they can achieve something in their lives far beyond what they're what either alone is capable of. All right, so in order for that to happen, and that's the difference between my other twin flames, it's not that this one loves me more, it's that he loves himself more. He was willing to fight himself to let himself be with me, right? Because that's what it takes for you guys. Why won't you fucking come and hang out with me? Because you have to go against your pride, and you're not there yet. I don't care who you are. You have to break down who you are to be close to me, to be accepting, to be kind, to be open to a person like me, right? You have to go into a different level, which is your heart. You can't be all in your mind around me because that'll freak you out. You'll start thinking all kinds of crazy shit and be scared by me. I love it. But in the essence, so I want to explain this, right? It says the impulse to seek union with another is to come into union with another is amazing. And you want to hold on to that. And you don't want to never let that go. And you become very, you know what I mean? I don't know. I heard dick sick. Perhaps. It's that closeness. You could say it was sex, but it was the closeness. You come into union with someone. Now, you go back to the guy that I met on on fucking Friday night. Last Friday night. He was scary as fuck. He's trying to come. He wants that closeness every night. He needs that closeness every night. It doesn't matter with who. He just needs that closeness. Right? It's a closeness of coming into an intimate relationship where you feel special and seen and accepted and loved. Right? When two people come together in love, they can achieve something in their lives far beyond what either alone is capable of. This may be a supportive friendship, a partnership based on mutual understanding, a new and loving romance, a marriage. I shared that in my video too, the Sigma, why the Sigma doesn't go for marriage. That was my mindset before we got... I am hearing the loudest frequency. Hold on. That was like a drum roll in my ear. I've only heard that. That was a sound bowl. I've heard that once before. It's a sound bowl, a very deep octave sound bowl. It went through my left ear in. Write that down. I'll find out what it was later. I'm not leaving my video to go look for what that sound was. That was huge. What was I saying when it happened? Marriage? And I said the Sigma female. We're not programmed like that, bro. It's internally. It's a Lilith thing. I don't want to just play this role. It's a role with rules and restrictions and expectations, just like I said in that video. It's like I want the commitment of a lifetime partnership. I don't want the institution of what people call as a marriage. Again, it has to be legal because just like when I go to sign paperwork, I have to have a name. I have to say my name. And I have to put on that little box, divorced. Are you? And that's it too. It took me a long time to start fucking hitting that Latino button. You know what I mean? Hispanic or Latino. I didn't always put that. I just put white. I'm white. I'm white. I'm white. And I realized, no, I'm more than white. But you have to hit these boxes. That's all that means. You know what I mean? As far as the marriage, you know? That, and then people, if you don't tell them you're married, they think you're fully available. It's like, you know, you need that protection. It's like, you know, you need it as protection from others. Like, you just stand there with the ring. No! I don't know what it means for what, I mean, I guess it doesn't stop. I mean, I was serious, bro. It was a thing to me. All I cared about, I blacked out the first time I met up with Bobby, and all I wondered about after the fact was if he wore his wedding ring. I wondered. I was like, did you take it off before you came in? Or was I on top of you while you were wearing that ring and I just didn't even care? I was really curious about that. All right, the reconciliation of quarrels, working productively with others, or even two ideas or a group that can come together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. Hey, you want to create a coven? Are we ready for that? Or you could go join Wolfman and do drugs in the woods and, you know what I mean, whatever he does. What are you going to do with me? Drugs in the woods. But sex isn't included. We're just going to cry about your pains and suffering. I guess his sounds a lot more fun. Stop competing. They're not going to get anything out of that but sex. I offer love, not sex. Fucking. You were supposed to be on my side, stupid. That's what's so stupid about this. I was supposed to pick you as the high priest and bestow my powers upon you and help, and you were going to help me run this church. And then you come out here and you're like, no, I'm running things my way. Fine. But as I told my twin flame, that's your problem. You have to be chosen by a priestess. This isn't fucking religion. The women have the power. Punk ass. Anyways. Just like you over here fucking trying to Anakin. And again, and again, and again. Quit playing around. You're gonna use everything I teach you to what? Attack me? With what? Your magic stick? Oh. Mr. King of Wands, you don't even own a wand. I literally have one in my car. Do you have a cauldron? You don't have anything. You have a fucking black fucking obsidian, and you think it calls in energy. That's how dumb you are. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Fucking Hades. Gets on my nerves. Could have easily been anybody Russ about now. You better keep your mouth closed over there, dude. Don't you speak on fucking adult shit. And then you got the kids moping and shit. The dog crying because you left the door. Giving you the look. What? Didn't I leave you with food and water? Cunt-ass. Anyways, moving on. Reverse. The Two of Cups suggests a broken or unequal relationship with a lover or friend. We could have. That's what it could have just broke up. Could have broke the ties forever. I know we were meant to do this. Is this all we were meant to do? Well, that was cool doings. Now I can move. You never know. You really don't. I saw a possibility, but I always see possibilities. I see that I can see. What did I see? I seen a possibility because there's an opportunity. But it doesn't mean that. That's free will. I've seen multiple possibilities. It's like Stephen Strange. Super strange. I can see where this can go. I can see all the outcomes of where this can go. Oh, we're on that timeline. I thought we were going to end up there, but we're on this one. Oh, whatever. Really? Yeah, there's fucking timelines. And with that being said, whoever is my, my partner, you're going to be partnered with me in these fucking soul ties until I can break them. And really, I can't. They're going to be part of our lives in some kind of fucking form. And so it's like, I have to adopt these guys. It's like, as much as I wish, oh God, they're there. I can feel them in my energy. Oh God. Gotta go handle the boys. Which is what? Handling my karma? It's not really. They don't have any power over me like that. It's the connection. The power is in the connection and the roles we play. So I can use this as an opportunity to grow. These little battles that we have are victorious for me. It's from glory to glory with these glory holes. Fucking circle jerkers. The reverse Two of Cups, yeah. There may be quarrels, affairs, divorces, breakups indicated. One party may seek to control the other and could be even abusive. Where does the abusive come from? Because you can't force your feelings on them. You're full of feelings and you're forcing them on them. My ex-husband, I can see, I would say something that would trigger him. He was just very triggered. Anything could trigger him, bro. And he was fucking, you don't see it on the outside. You don't see these guys. You can't see it. You can't see an abuser. They don't walk around with somewhat. But they don't walk around like with this angry look. They're fucking passive aggressive. They're very people pleasing. And all of that, when they get home, they feel like fucking, they feel like they've been stepped on, bro. And so they fucking exert that fucking energy on other people, bro. They could just come home like that. My mom, was very respectful. She was very kind. She was very, charismatic when she was out in public. But when that door closed, dude, all of her pain would come up and she would just let it out in the house. She wouldn't let it out in the street. She'd let it out in the house, bro. Abusive people aren't, I mean, obviously on the surface they're violent. They can't control themselves and they will hurt you based on their emotional responses. But at the very core of why they're doing it is they're hurt. They're a child. And the abuse comes, somebody that uses abuse was abused. You normalize something like that. People that have never been hit before don't hit. You know what I mean? It's a trained coping mechanism. You know what I mean? There's lots of people that avoid conflict and have never been in a fight before. They just don't fight. And if you fought them, they don't even know if they can swing because they've never exerted energy in that way. And speaking of which, that's like Lewis, I think, I don't know, I wanted to say Russ, but I saw him swing. I would say Lewis and Allie for sure. Like, it would take almost a miracle for them to get into that anger mode where they hit somebody. Whereas, dude, I will punch you in the fucking face right now. Like, when that girl slapped me in my car, I literally visualized, I saw what my mind said I should do, which was grab her by her hair and put her face in my ashtray, open the door at the same time, simultaneously, so I had her hanging in the door, and just start pounding her, where she was hanging halfway through my door. That's what I visualized the very second that she made contact with my face. I visualized a whole attack plan. I saw it so fast. I stood there and I said, and in that breath, I saw what I could do to this woman. And I didn't do it, but I saw the actual form of violence. Like, I saw this. How fucking dare you? I'll fucking shove your face. And that's where that violence, like, I mean, Russ, I'll get so mad. I was like, I will fucking scalp you, dude. I will fucking scalp you. I have this, you know what I mean? There's a violent side to a lot of animals. There's a violent side to a lot of animals. And you got to understand that. Where does that come from? Bro, I mean, that's years and years of not standing up, where it'll just impulsively, I just saw the Lover's card, it'll impulsively jump out at somebody out of protection. And that was my beast, bro. When he wouldn't stop, I'm remembering, you know, oh God, this is very traumatic. Let's heal this. 3 years ago when Bobby showed up, I didn't understand my impulses. I didn't understand what happened. He showed up and I went a little crazy, and it traumatized me. It sent me into all kinds of chaos. I can look back now and see what happened in my mind, how that happened, but I couldn't understand it when it was happening. It triggered all kinds of fucked up memories the second he left. And that's just, I know now that's what they do, is trigger memories. But I went through all of this. The next morning, I was so emotionally fucking fried. I don't even know if I slept that night. And I remember taking a lot of mushrooms because my emotions were so out of control. The next morning, I called Tree and I said, let's write a song. Right? So we work on this song. And it comes out fucking amazing, bro. It's the most amazing piece of work that I've done to date. Right? And I, based on Tree's, and I've heard his shit. It was the best shit he had done. It was amazing on Hana's part. And as far as Priest, I don't know how he felt about it, but I felt it was stellar. We make this unbelievable song, right? I'm going out one day, and it's almost done. We're done. I'm paying for it to be finished. He's excited about it, bro. He wants, he's like, send me a copy of it. So I send a copy to all the artists, right? But I haven't put it into DistroKid. I haven't fucking put all the fucking credits to it. I haven't done any of that yet. I haven't even fucking bought the actual, because my producers would send me beats, you know what I mean? And if I liked it, I could just go into, BeatStars and just get the license for it. So I hadn't even done all that yet. I hadn't done all of that yet. And he posted on the internet. And I don't know. This day I'm walking through Red Rocks and I face some serious childhood trauma. And I can't deal with it. And I open up my phone and I see he's posted the song. And I'm like, bro, you got to take that down. He's like, no. I was like, bro, you gotta take that down. You gotta take that down because I haven't legally, it's my song. It's not ready to be released. You gotta take it down. And he keeps pestering me. And right now, I'm triggered about something completely unrelated, but my real world, I can't deal with my real world right now because I'm dealing with, repressed memories. And he keeps pushing me. So then I get out of my memories, but I still have all this built up energy from what I was dealing with. I didn't alchemize it. I'm just filled with it. And I have to go through this huge battle and all of this, and we get into a fight, and I'm like, just fucking pull it down, or I'm gonna fucking delete the motherfucker. I won't even fucking put it out. It's my fucking song. He just was really proud of it, but I didn't I didn't want him to blow it. He leaked the song, bro. No matter how you look at it, he leaked the song, dude. And I had every right to be mad about it. I had every right to be mad about it, but he was acting stupid and trying to say, no, I worked with you, so it's my song. It was my first collaboration that went like this, and I was like, I had to learn legally if this was okay, and if I was, fucked by letting, I can't force him. So instead of battling myself, I ended up battling with him and his lack of understanding of how to fucking collaborate with an artist. Any other artist would have fucking killed him for some shit like that. But whatever, we were friends. And it doesn't matter. So all day I'm telling him to leave me alone. I have a session that night when we've been fighting all day and I've been fighting my spirit. I remember it's around Halloween because I'm doing Halloween shopping at the thrift store. It's a Saturday. And I go to the session and I'm just fried. I'm just there to do some editing. And I'm not recording anything. And as I sit there, he fucking walks through the door, dude. And he still wants to tell me. He doesn't want to apologize for putting the song on. He wants to tell me why he's allowed to do this and I'm tripping. I'm like, just leave me alone, bro. And I've got my head down and I'm not ready for this. And I'm calm as fuck. I'm like, just leave me alone. I told you all day to fucking stop. Just leave me alone. And he keeps yada, yada, yada. I said, and I just remember, I got up and I walked up to him and I went to swing with everything I had in me. And he backed up. And after he did it, and I saw the fear in his face, I started laughing, and I was like, that's what I thought, bitch. You fucking bitch. I told your bitch-ass bitch. You stupid bitch. You fucking bitch. And I just kept calling him all kinds of bitches as I forcefully shoved him out the fucking studio room and out the front door. So you fucking bitch, you better never come back, bitch. And then I closed the door of the studio, and this personality left immediately. And I dropped to the floor and was crying and was in total shock of how I just treated my best friend. And Raj is looking at me from the fucking, from the booth like, what the fuck was that? I told them forever I was suffering from a personality disorder. And they just saw me fucking flip in a dress. They saw me turn into a beast, bro. A straight man, and he was scared, dude. He was scared. And that's where it is. It's like, I was so ashamed of what I saw, but I understood what later. It's like, he would not leave me alone, bro. Something had to help me. Something had to come from inside of me, like the Kali, and protect me from what was going on in my outside world, because I was being bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied, and something had to stop this. So I swung. And he didn't hit him, but I'm pretty sure. I visualized this in my head that we would have physically fought if he did, because it would have rocked him. The reason I see that he would have fought me is because men have done that. It doesn't mean he would have, but he does have a background in domestic violence, so he would have fought me. We would have went blow for blow on that. And that's it. And it can be dangerous because that's your response if it gets too bad. So I want to show you that there's those that they just get that triggered where they have to blow through what's in front of them using force, right? And then there's those that it's literally built up inside that it can come out. Don't push this animal. It will bite. Don't push me into a corner, bro. Don't push me. You're not going to like what comes out. I've seen it. And it'll hurt you, bro. It has to protect me. It has had to protect me my whole life from bullies like you, men like you that were trying to hurt me. I'm going to fight my way through this. This isn't going to be an easy take. This isn't going to be an easy takedown. I'm not submitting to this anymore. Nobody's going to take me down. So when we talk about this, one party may be seeking to control another, even with abuse, being abusive. Lots of reasons. Lots of layers to that. Okay? Alternatively, the reverse card can suggest a lack of inner balance and harmony when you feel at odds with yourself and what to do. As much as this isn't my energy, I'm obviously all full of love and on the top side of this. You really are, because if you're not in love, you're at odds with yourself, because it's not hard to be in a loving situation and in good relationships. It means there's something wrong with you. And you know what I mean? It's an unbalance in you where, and it truthfully, bro, you just might have outgrown them. You're trying to fit in where you don't, where you're too big for. You're not small enough to fit with these small minds anymore. You don't fit in with them. It sucks. You get like you're too fat. You don't fit on the bus. There's not enough room on the bus. Oh, I'll drive, and that's where it is you make accommodations to be part of something that you're just not part of. You don't fit. That's why they didn't invite you. I'm like, I'm there. Who invited her? Nobody. She just shows up. That's me. I am the party. I came to party. Alright, so we're in a very loving or struggling situation. Spiritual work ahead. Oh, fuck off, bitches. It's in your mind. It's all in your mind. Oh, man. That's a bad card. It's a funny card. It's my very... I'm like, don't be this bitch. I've been this bitch. It's a mindset. It's a stupid victim mindset. I'm waiting for my man to save me. I am not waiting for somebody to call me. I'm not that. I'm not doing any of that, bro. I answered my own call. I don't need you the way you think. That's what it is, bro. It's so bad. It's about, the restrictions of your mind. The Eight of Swords is a card of bondage and constraint. Whether the cause of this is an illness, disability, a dead-end job, or a troubled relationship, or financial circumstances, you may be feeling lonely and isolated. That's why you need God's spirit, bro, so that you never feel alone. But in essence, I can hear his humming in my fucking ear since like 2 days ago. So I feel like he's like all in my space. The dilemma is self-created, as the restrictions lie in your own mind. It is a bondage of your own fears and self-limitations that need to be banished. You think you can't escape, but you can. You think you can do these things, Nemo, but you can't. You can't tell a child what they can't do. You can, and you're breaking their spirit. If they believe, then believe in them and make sure they're protected as they go to do whatever this unbelievable thing is. And when I see this, I see Amelia in Las Vegas. I think it was Las Vegas. It was Las Vegas. Wasn't it Las Vegas? Fuck. I have so many trips and memories in my head that get mushy. It was Las Vegas. I took them on a trip. And she's so little, you guys. She's like 5 or 6. Or maybe not. Maybe she's bigger. But she's short and stubby. And she walks up to me and she sees all the big kids going down this fast-ass slide. She said, I want to go, Mom. And I'm like, my fears, not hers. I'm like, oh, baby, you're too small for that. That's not what she sees. She sees the time of her life and that she can do it. She's big enough. I can do this. And I got to sit there and I got to be brave and let her do it. And I can't leave. I can't walk her up the stairs because I got the little guppy in the, baby pool. And I got to just sit there in the baby pool and watch this. And I watch her walk up the stairs and all these people are walking up and they're all big and she's all little holding on to it. And I'm so scared to watch this little thing. And she goes down and, she comes out with the biggest Kool-Aid smile. She's like, I'm going to do it again. And that's just how it is. It's like, you don't think you can. Or people, or people don't think you can. But it's something, that's just it. I didn't think she could. And that's how you guys are. I never thought she could. I mean, I thought I can. I didn't think I could. And it's in your mind. You have to work through that. You think you don't have options, but you do. If you think yourself as a victim, you hand over your power to others and allow yourself to be constrained by by their rules. We went from Baba Yaga, and in this card, we went to Famanach. Well, it's in Baba Yaga, playing as a victim to circumstance. You can change them. It's just going to be drastic, and it'll leave you in the unknown. I try to teach you to embrace the unknown and discover yourself or a new path there. The only thing you can do, you know what I mean? Like, what would you do if you got out of jail? If I showed you a way out? You'd run. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going. You're just going to keep going until you find what you're looking for. But the point is to get out. There's nothing for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. You know what I mean? But you would run for miles and miles and miles. I'm seeing a stallion, a horse. They're not going towards something. They just need to be free. They're not looking for something like other animals. I mean, yeah, they're going to find food and shelter along the way, but they don't have an agenda. It's not like, oh, I got to go meet somebody. A wild horse is a wild horse, which is a Sagittarius. We're just, you could say it's the adventure, but it's just the freedom of it. And that's what it means, is like, they want to get out of the paddock. Where? Just to go. Where are you going? I don't know, I just need to get out. That's what that means. And when you get out there, you could Forrest Gump and just run for years, like I kind of did, but I was guided into where to go. Or you just, you'll find out you might just need to run and then come back home. I'm not sure. There's a lot to say here. Take responsibility for yourself. Use the power, or the positive power of swords, to think your way through the situation. I don't think that's possible. When the mind is blocked, right, when it only sees that this isn't possible, it has to come from your heart. And realistically, it doesn't see it's possible. It just doesn't see how this is possible. Believe me, I've been there. In the beginning, with looking at Bobby, it's like, I don't know. I don't see how this is possible. If I just try to see it, it would be terrible. I see terror and disaster. I don't know how this is at all possible. Right? Because you can't see the possibilities. That's just what that means. You can't see possibilities in your current mindset. So when that happens, you have to go through the impossibilities. You have to work your way through why it won't work before you can believe it can work. Most of you are waiting for a plan of how to make it work. The plan is to walk into the unknown, and that starts the work. You know what I mean? When you step out, you step onto this. I'm seeing something weird. When you step onto a rock on the crossing a river, another one will appear. You have to wait till the next rock rises to take that next step in order to cross this river or this bridge or whatever the fuck it is. Alright, reverse. You've been through a difficult period, but you are beginning to see your way through. You can gain temporary relief from your problems by distancing yourself from them. This will enable you to gain a better perspective on what faces you, which may not be as bad as you feared. Don't be afraid to ask for help from friends and professionals. On page 33. And that's it too, is you overcome the fear. Like, alright, I'm going to step out here into the unknown and see what happens. I'm not going to be afraid of something bad happening. I'm going to do what my heart is calling me to do and not be, not think badly about this, not fear it. The negativity just comes from fear. You start projecting this fear into possible scenarios. You're running all these negative scenarios in your head just based on fear, which is all you're doing is calculating success. It's annoying. And that's why I was grateful that my mind wasn't working all weekend. It didn't get my way. How'd that happen? I don't know. I mean, I did start, I needed it to, that's what I said. I was like, I don't know if it was because it was aligned, that this was, it had no complaints, it had no concerns after all this training, or if fasting made it turn off, or God just said, no more. When it goes back to my personalities, what happened there? They were killing me. It was 3 days after that incident with Tree. I couldn't control them now. It would go from one altar to the other altar, or sometimes there would be two in there I could, face at a time. But when that altar came out, the beast, it takes control, and all the rest of them were out. So I had all parts of myself in my mind going a little loopy, having a fucking party up there. It was very difficult because I couldn't put on an altar. I didn't know who I was. None of them were taking, as they describe in movies, none of them were taking the light. I didn't know what to do with myself. They led me. Something would come over me and I would just do what they said. You know what I mean? But that wasn't happening. It was all in my head. And I remember I went up to Mother Cabrini's shrine and I'm crying. I can't get it to stop. I don't know what to do. They won't stop. They won't be quiet. And I go into what was her old house, and I sit right next to the door, and I'm crying. I can hear children playing inside of this room, and then all of a sudden it just stops, bro. It goes completely quiet in my mind, and they never came back. Never, never. From then on out, it was just silence in my brain, and I had to figure everything else out by myself. There was no more voices telling me what my life was and what to do with it. No memories, no telling me. From that moment on, I had to make decisions all by myself. I cried for the first couple days. I felt so alone. I didn't know how to live life. I didn't know what I was doing because the altars told me what to do. They lived my life. Altered parts of me, egos, a voice in my head told me what to do, which was me. Different parts of me would say, okay, say this, put this on, do this. You know what I mean? After that, no. I had to make all my own decisions. It was difficult. I cried. I was all alone. But that's where it is like, you sit there and you're crying to God, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Nobody's telling me what to do. You might run to somebody and ask them. You just, anything. Everything is new to me. I've never been in this position before. I mean, I know a part of me has probably experienced that, but that part is no longer accessible. I have to re-experience this for the first time ever in my life, and I am scared. And that's how I walk through life. You say fearless, but I'm telling you, I'm an inner child that I walk through the adventure, but I'm scared. That's the whole mind. The mind is scared of everything I'm doing. One, because it's seen me do it before, or two, because it's never seen me do this before. All of which just stands in my way of trying to do something that I think I'm doing for the first time. So that's where it stays right here, which may not be as bad as you feared. The mind, bro, tells you the worst things are going to happen. Don't be afraid to ask for help from friends or professionals. I don't know, every time I see this, it's like, when you're dealing with mind, issues of the mind, people don't understand. You sound crazy when you're talking about, you're having mental battles with yourself. They want to deny that they even ever have those battles with themselves. Professionals is a good way to start because they'll identify that this is a normal thing. They'll make you feel calm about it because they deal with people like you all the time. And it's just a programming. The mind works certain ways, and when it's been damaged in certain ways, it reacts everybody knows that if the frontal lobe is damaged, then this is going to happen. These character traits is that. The problem was when I was describing my experiences, they saw it as bipolar because, again, I would shift. But they tried to explain to them that I was having mania and depression at the same time. It wasn't one feeling or the other. I wasn't, you know what I mean? It was too fast. I don't know. And even then, I didn't fully know what was happening, but I was trying to help myself in the beginning, you know what I mean? But they kept misdiagnosing me as bipolar, so they were putting a drug in me that was making things worse, trying to keep me in one personality, which would make the other ones, you know what I mean? You can't stay in one part when this is how it works. It's like, imagine not being able to change your clothes. It's like, this is what you don't get to express yourself. There's only one form, and that's where some of these pills are. It's like, we're going to turn this part of you off. Well, it's not, I don't want to turn it off. I just want it to stop, antagonizing me. It's like, I don't want you to take the leg, just take the pain. And that's what it is about, therapy and drugs. They can't take the pain, bro. They can only manage it. These are chronic illnesses that you're going to feel forever. But I come in and I can show you how to take away the pain. Psychologically and emotionally. We can work on your leg, but if it's nerve damage or if it's something that, you know what I mean, that we can't actually repair. Some things in a car, when you go back to the structures and shit, it's like, you taught me that something earlier, or taught me something this weekend about fractures. I was like, I didn't know that. It said that fractures can regrow themselves, like fractured bones and shit. I was like, they grow back stronger. And that's probably where people get that, bone marrow transplants and shit like that. But anyways, the body is pretty regenerative. It all comes from the heart, the resilience of the heart. When you're sitting there and they just diagnosed you, and that's Mr. Plum, he had the heart to believe. He's like, no, I'm going to fight through this. I'm going to live. That belief is what channels his body to, get better. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be better than okay. Then you are. So shall it be. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're telling your body what to do. Instead of your mind always telling your body what to do. Your heart is telling your body what to do. So in the swords, there's a lot there. The mind control, whoosh. So you guys might be stuck in, this is, I'm not, thank goodness, on a Monday. What's going through my mind? Nothing really. I mean, I got shit to do. I think if this situation was going to trigger me, which it did, it brought up the marriage fears. It's like I was that much closer to marriage. Doing this made me realize I'm that much closer to something long term, and I got a little scared. That's all. But otherwise, it didn't bring up any shame. In essence, I was actually kind of proud of myself to be like, well, this is exactly what they said I was. I'm all this and more, if I would have felt a little more comfortable. And that was it too. It's like, I was appalled by my behaviors and actions in the beginning because it's just a part of me I didn't know. I didn't know I acted like this. I didn't know I did this. I didn't know that this is who I am. And it's a self-discovery all the time. But again, it's a shadow. Something you hide, you're ashamed of. You don't want people to know. They're going to judge you. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to talk bad about you. When it all happened all those years ago, nobody did. It all happened inside of me. I felt all those ways about what I had done. Nobody ever said shit to me. They would never say shit to me. Nobody called me nothing. I felt so condemned by my own belief system of what I had done was so horrible and wretched. So then turning back to, the other night, claiming my identity, I was like, I was proud of my performance. That's all I can say about that. Anyways, moving on. What's the outcome? Oh, shit. You're hung, huh? Hang the witch is what I heard. I went to temperance in the universe. I don't pull the hangman that much. It talks about Odin's hey, if Odin was the All-Father, then Jesus is the All-Son. I like it. Alright, let's see. This card of forced suspension and inaction. Realistically, the weather's holding me back. I might go to the dispensary, but I don't know if I'm going anywhere else. And God does this on a Monday. He's like, you need to sit with your feelings. It's not necessarily the feelings about my past, but it's also opening up. And it's a fucking moon day. There's a lot of fucking energy. I'm supposed to fucking never do shit on a Monday, but I'll be trying to do everything on a Monday. Such a child. When are you going to learn this? It's not about learning it. I know what I'm supposed to not do. It's that fighting the urge to do it. Temptation. Do you get it? It's a programming. We're all fighting addictions. What's mine? I don't know. Productivity. Like the rest of my very successful men. I just want to be productive. I just want to be doing some shit. Why does your masculine come up so heavy on a moon day? Why is that impossible to think? It's your mind. I have a mentality. It's my masculine energy that I'm facing, which is my mind on a moon day. It's like, I gotta face this thing real hard every Monday. Every Monday? The only thing worse than a Monday mind is a Saturday morning mind. Where you're all filled with shame for what you did on a Friday. And then that shame comes back on a Monday. It's the same fucking shit. Am I shamed? No. I'm just dealing with my triggers, which is every time I get close to someone, my masculine turns on and it's like, alright, that's enough. Get away. You can't get any closer. And that's what happened. I saw it. I got that close and then it's like, no marriage though. Sex, but no marriage. Oh shit, where's my King of Wands? Where's my Knight of Wands? This isn't good. I just want to fuck you and leave. This isn't good. I'm trying to commit. Why is that important? Because it's a mirror. If I'm having this, somebody else is having this, or I'm projecting it on someone else. It's just a mirror. I need to balance it in me. Don't worry about them. Balance it in you, and the right balanced person will be there for you. Anyways, we're forced into suspension. We're suspended. Which is exactly what you need at the present time. If you're trying to push things forward, you will just be wasting your energy. That's where it is. I'm gonna get out there and fucking fuck around and fucking waste my life. In the essence, I'm gonna go to the dispensary because that's a nice long walk. How long? I don't know. Last time it took me an hour, but this time I know there's a shortcut, so I'll purposely take the shortcut just to see where it leads. I didn't know where that path went. I wasn't really trying to take that path. And then I walked all the way around, and that fucking path popped up on fucking Yosemite when I was walking it. It's like I could have took that path. Saved myself like 30 minutes. Really? Yeah, it was fast. I realized later on the other side of this doorway where I walked through. It's like, why'd you take the long way? I had to find out where this went. I wasn't ready to find a new way. I was trying to take this way. Anyways, a new way. I don't know where either of these go. I was wandering through your neighborhood. You ever get lost? I do all the time. I didn't notice this all back here. Just started walking. Alright, this is an opportunity to turn your attention from the material concerns and focus awareness inwards as a valuable spiritual lesson is being offered to you. And that's it. You work through yourself, and then at the bottom of yourself is God with a message. I have a message from the universe for you. What are we talking about today, God? And that's it. I'll turn on my fucking music. Probably on I don't know what kind of music I'll listen to today. Probably classical. Sometimes I get out there, guys. They're like, what is it with the classical music? I'm telling you, ever since I got in Metatron, it's too much stimulation. There's too much action in the energy to turn on the music. It's like, turn down the music. I'm trying to focus. So that keeps me, you know what I mean? It's just it's a quiet sound in the back. But, you know, all that, like all the rap on top of what I'm feeling as I'm walking, it's like, I'm singing. It's like walking through the woods looking for the Blair Witch, and you're trying to be quiet and you don't want to be heard. And then there's somebody that's just playing loud ass fucking music. You're like, shut up, shh, shh. It's just too much. You know how sometimes you're just like, can't you guys just be quiet? And why is it? Because it's so loud inside. You think that they're being loud, but it's so loud inside that you need quiet outside. And that's why I sit in silence a lot. It's not quiet, bro. It's anything but quiet. I need quiet to understand what all this is that I'm hearing inside of my heart. Really? Yeah. It's like, quiet. Shh. Anyways, that's how you get that. The hangman demands sacrifice. He requires that you relinquish control and surrender to the higher purpose. That's God, bro. You gotta let this go and let me work. It may be that you have given up a cherished belief, a dream, an attitude, habits, a deep-seated anger, desires, negative emotions, a bad relationship, a stressful job, or a pursuit of money in order for you to connect with your spiritual purpose. I had to do all that. And when you do all that, you have to sit with it, bro. You can't. That's where I kept making mistakes. I can look back now and see how I did this so many times. I gave it all up only to chase it all back. I'm serious, bro. God said to give all this shit up. As soon as I got to Oklahoma, all I could think about was getting another job, getting another house, and getting it all back. When I got to Wisconsin, I was just enjoying my trip, and then I started planning, getting a house there and getting a job and getting it and making it a life. Really? The only place I didn't do that was in the Bay, and that pissed off my sister. No, I didn't do it to Mr. Plum in the beginning. I didn't try to do it in the beginning. But when I came back, that was my whole plan. When I got to Mr. Plum's, I said, I'm not getting a job. I'm just waiting for God's, guidance. Then when I got to Wisconsin, I got comfortable with them. They were like, this would be great if you stayed, and we need this, and, they were friends. So I started to open up to it, to start looking for it. Like, I could put the kids in school. We wouldn't be alone. This is a great new opportunity. No, bro, he pulled me out of that. When I got to my sister's in the Bay, I told him I wouldn't be staying there, right? When I got back to Colorado, that's all I was worried about. When I left Colorado and I went to Oklahoma the second time, I had a job in a house, I applied for housing and got a job within the first week, right? I thought I was building it all back. Before it could, I'd fall apart, right? I went to Arizona. Well, I came back to Colorado with some idea of, I'm going to get us back on our feet. Then I went to Arizona, same thing. They offered all this great housing. All I had to do was get a job, but I couldn't do daycare. There was all these barriers. I kept just trying to get it all back. Only when I got here and when I stopped trying to get it all back and accept that it's all gone and God's got something better, did I finally find some peace. It does not mean that I'm not going to have a house. And it does not mean that I don't have a job. And it does not mean that I don't have things. It's just I was never going to get any more until I fully let it go. And I wasn't really. You could think you said I did because I lost it, but I didn't. I was trying to get it all back. And as I see this, I see Mike Stud. Mike Stud lost everything. Similar to me, but maybe more. And he went on a pursuit to get it all back. And he did. He built it all back better than ever. Are you happy? Are you happy back at work? Are you happy back to the way things were? Where you can go back to normal and you could just make music like normal and everything's just the way it was before it happened, right, Mike? That's what Lewis is trying to do. He just wants to get his he wants to get his title back. He wants his life back. Kanye tries. I don't know, he can't, obviously, but he tried. You want to, after the tower, you want to just rebuild again. But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to sit with the rubble and understand why it came down. You don't even understand. You're not even taking the time to understand. You're just ready to go purchase a new building and start a new life. And you're going to really walk into that building and create it just like the last life. All you have is the programming of the last life. You're going to take it on to the next one. And as I see this, I was about to say something awful. All you have is the programming of your last wife that you're going to try to push onto me. Just like me. All I have is the programming of my last husbands that keeps me fearful of you. That's what's wrong with Marshall. He only knows one way. He hasn't seen other ways. He could sit back like me. I can sit back and tell Bobby straight to his face, bro, I would have been no good for you back then. No matter how much I loved you, I would have been no good. Even if I could have acted in that back then, it still would have destroyed you because I wasn't healed. I still would have took out all of my fucking pain on you. Like I've done for 3 years on the internet. I have taken out all my pain on my twin flames. And that's where it is you leave a relationship and you take those habits right into your next relationship, bro. You didn't learn anything. You're just trying to replace what you lost. And you want it to fit exactly like it did before. You want it to feel exactly like it did before. It's dangerous, bro. Let's go back. You may have given up a cherished relationship only to go looking for another one, a stressful job to go looking for another one, the pursuit of money in order to go get some more, for you to connect with your spiritual purpose. And that's what it is. I did it for a spiritual reason, but I didn't actually connect all the dots. The word sacrifice means to make sacred. And that's it. How are you here? It's a long story, to be honest. But I had to surrender to not do it myself. God's plan on my life, his real promise to me was, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to carry the world. I will send someone to you, and you will have a partner and a happy marriage and a happy life. I'm like, yeah, whatever you say, God. And, how is that going to happen? Just little things. You know what I mean? Like, it happened the other week with Morgan. In a minute's time, I was thinking about creating my own house again. I don't need anyone. I can do this all by myself. And in a minute's time, I realized that's not what I'm trying to do. It was that mentality that kept me fucking bound, that I even had to do it by myself. And the over pride of it, you know what I mean? It's just pride, bro. That's all you get out of being overly independent. Is the pride to look at other people and say, look what I did. But you give up everything else for that pride because you're not getting peace. You have to work twice as hard as everyone else to show them what you did. Like the travel shaman on a vision quest, this is a time when you can experience profound insight and when wilder possibilities open up. That's what I said, open to new possibilities. And as far as the insight, I'm seeing this cosmic thing that happened under the fucking light of the moon. It was cosmic. I mean, I wasn't looking outside of me. I was inside. Haha. I wasn't the only one inside. Just kidding. I'm seeing this cosmic effect, this ripple in time. It's like this is what God planned. And when you go with God's plan, you're on a different path, bro. It's not that. God has a lot of plans for you. Which door are you going to walk through? It's a labyrinth. This leads somewhere. And when you walk through it, you're walking through a whole new dimension, a whole new reality. I didn't see that. I just saw, you know what I mean? When you're having experiences, it's like you're in your skin, you know what I mean? Just trying to fight your mind and have a good time. You don't realize what this fight really, what this moment in time really means to the timelines. It was just, the time of my life, but I didn't realize what that did to time. It's prophesized time. I don't want to go into it, past life and shit like that. It's like this is how it is. This is how it was created to be. This is what it is. And when you make this cosmic connection in time and bring back time to this time, it creates a different reality. But not just for a high level like me, because I changed time. What I did in my past lives had an effect on time. As I go back and I relive that time, but make a different decision, I erase time. And it changes the future time. Otherwise, that timeline would just keep repeating. That time will repeat. It's pretty amazing. That's what they're talking about, the profound insight. I'm seeing the ripple effect of what just my actions in the 3D did to all the dimensions. If you refuse to heed this spiritual lesson, the same situation will repeat itself again and again until you do. What does that mean? It's going to keep happening until you see why it's happening. It's not what's happening, it's why. That's it. Why is all this shit happening to me right now? Because it's trying to push me. It's pushing all of my training to the surface. Why do I have no hot water? Why is my fucking flat tire fucking flat? Why are all these things going wrong in my life? Because everything's going right. You could say that they're trying to pull you off your path, but it's not. It's just adversity. You can let this shit pull you down. I can let this shit fuck up my life, or my high on life. Let this shit really get to me. The weather especially. I love the cold weather, but not today. In the essence, no. Because what? Because I had an agenda, so now the very thing I love, I don't love because I had a different mindset. Now it's interfering. No, if I didn't have shit to do, I would be sitting around loving the weather. And that's where it's all in your, stupid perception and shit like that. You keep trying to force your way through and remain in control, closing your ears to the voice of your higher self, which is attempting to direct you on another course. You must take some time to go within and reflect on your path. Or you're going to just do what your mind says, and you're going to, the definition of crazy, bro, is just to keep repeating what you always do, expecting it to get better. Well, if I do this, then this will happen. Is that working for you? That's why you have to step in the unknown. You don't know what will happen if you tried something different. But if you try something different, ultimately, what does that mean? Something different will happen. That's where it is. It's like, don't do what you always do. If you don't know what to do, that's fine. Do something you never did before, but don't do what you always do in these situations. It gets you nowhere. It gets you right back to the same beginning. You're supposed to be learning how to act differently during situations. You know what I mean? To go with the flow of change and adversity, and it's all fucking, I'm hearing Kobe every time I say that word, but it's all Baba Yaga. It's like circumstances as they may be. And that's what I tried to teach you last night. It's like once you have that light, the outside world and all the darkness of it doesn't bother you. You just hold on to that light. You smile through the shit pool. You're the only one smiling. Like, we're literally walking into the furnace and you're smiling. It's like, yep, I'm going to have a smoking hot body after this. You're making jokes? I mean, isn't it fucking ironic? Isn't it ironic that we're going to get burned together? At least I don't. They said I was gonna die alone. Look at us. We're all about to die together. I mean, in essence, it's just a mindset. You see the cup full of fucking joy. Like, this is funny. This is ironic. This is God. He's having a joke. You guys are fucking with me, right? And that goes back to Steve's love tarot. You're gonna feel like your spirit guides are on vacation. No, I feel like they're having fun, not vacation. I mean, obviously, they're doing something not useful. They're not very useful all the time. They be making jokes and shit, and that's pretty much that's all we can do is laugh about it. Are we gonna cry or are we gonna laugh? That's really what it is. Are you gonna cry about this or are you gonna laugh? Well, I'm just gonna tell you I'm gonna do both, to be honest. And I'm probably gonna get angry too. Usually, and that's just going through the emotions. That's that King of Cups, emotionally mature. What comes after? Yeah. Knight of Cups, abundance. Just gotta work through it. Now, in the other sense of this is very personal. Our coming together has you fucking trapped in your mind and you don't know what to do. I'm not making any movements, bro. I've learned my place. I'm not taking action and making things happen. I'm willing to be led. I'm not going to try to control this some outcome to make it work my way. I hope everything works out. That's all I can do. I can't tell you what to do. Can't tell you what actions to make. If you ask me, I might tell you, but you know I'm coming from a biased place because ultimately, what is the end outcome that I want for this to work? But for this to work, that means what? You're going to have to fucking give up something, whoever you are. And that's where it is. It's like, you're always just telling me to give up some shit. I mean, it applies in every area of life. That's why it's like, what do you want me to tell you? And that's where it is. You got to work through your thoughts and what's holding you back. I already did that. I had to do that just to meet you. Where am I go from here? I don't know. Nothing's holding me back. I don't have any bad thoughts about what happened. That's all. But I can see it. It's like, oh, this is where they're at. Well, where am I at? I'm in love. I've overcome my mind. I'm ready to take, just to sit here doing nothing, actually, because God said. I'm okay with that. As long as they fix the fucking water, I'll sit here in bath time all day doing water meditations. Anyways. And that's it. Challenges. I mean, so it's one of those. It's gonna be one of those weeks. That's okay. It's like, are you gonna be like, when it rains, it pours? I mean, it's raining and pouring outside. Apparently, the old man is snoring. He's fucking not doing his job. Just kidding. I don't know, guys. I mean, I do. Let's get an oracle and leave you alone. 11723. Hut. Let's get an oracle for this. Some kind of a guidance to help you get over it. It's all in you, bro. That's what that whole card says. The hangman says you need to sit with yourself. You know what I mean? Your relationships and, your love was the beginning of it. And what's holding you back from love? You think you can't, but you can. I just heard a fire alarm. If a fire alarm goes off today, I'm not leaving. Damn it, the dog will bark. I'm going to put the dog in the car and come right back up. Just kidding, they won't let you. Why'd you say that? I don't know. I don't want to go outside, though. Where are we at? Co-create. I'm just seeing the owl. Co-create. That's what we do. I went to 7. To the sea. Okay. Co-create, though. 20. Nope. 43. Deep knowing. You have a deep knowing. Creative. Or creativity. Art. Inspiration. Fruition. And manifestation. Oh, yeah. It's the full moon. You're supposed to be, sending or getting inspiration and sending out information. That's what I said, dude. A witch does all this shit the day before so she could just sit in the energy of it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, God. What a weird concept. A bride. She has to do all kinds of shit. But that day, she's supposed to just sit in it and be pretty. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact, you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Wolfman tries to teach you that, but he doesn't have any control over his mind. He believes what he believes, and that's, you know what I mean? And he has intentions, and he takes actions in that. It's a one-track mindset. He can take in new information and see how other people are, but it doesn't change who he is. He's accepting to your way of life, but he's not going to conform to it. God, you're such a me. Yet you must, the unhealed version, which is me before I became this version of me. You must consider that you, and that's where it is. If I can love me, I can love you. Because you're just an unhealed version of me. The parts of me I've already had to love. That's all that means. But it's irritating to deal with. These are parts of me I denied and refused to fucking deal with on my own. And now I got you all in my face just flashing it. Just flashing your junk at me all the time. And I'm going back to what I said. I never wanted a big dick. I'm going back to what I said. Just saying. Alright. Yet you must consider that you do not, or you do so in partnership with spirit and consciousness. That's it. Keep your mind clean. Because it's going to create your reality. But that goes back to it. It's like you don't, how do you change your mind? Through your heart, talking over it, giving it new information, inspiration, fucking, what do they call it? Affirmations and shit? Telling it good shit? Brainwashing yourself, I suppose. You have to speak from your heart to your mind, which is, let it be heard and talk to it, caringly. Whatever you name, or whatever name you call your higher power, you are the spark of intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thoughts and intuitive guidance. And that's it. I was guided. Meaning, I wasn't thinking, and then all of a sudden I got this idea. It wasn't my idea. It was given to me. I follow that. You can't put thoughts in my head, you know what I mean, by your stupid little words. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Just leave it. It's kind of tricky. You are a paintbrush, and that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality, blending with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. And that's where it is I'm ready to receive. Since I don't have all these barriers, what's my new mission? I kept repeating patterns because I hadn't got over them. But now that I've gotten over all these patterns, now what will we face? There has to be a new future with new challenges and new people and new this. I've left all of that. I've left all of that behind. And that was all those world cards and the judgment, the rebirth. It's all done. I'm awake now. Now what will I do? And that's where, you're the you're the turtle. You know what I mean? All you know is to go towards the ocean, but you're waiting for that internal guidance of which way to swim, right? You don't just sit on the beach like, I'm all alone and I don't know where to go in this big world. My parents abandoned me. You think about it, right? They don't they don't come out of the shell with this abandonment issue. They didn't even know that somebody was supposed to be there. They come out of that shell ready to seize an adventure of life with this inner knowing of where to find their family. Really? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Turtle and stuff. Relationship message. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening up to new ideas you would have never come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror, held up by this experience, and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. And that's really what it is. I learned something too. I said, I never realized that people needed a friend as much as I do. They need someone to hear them like I do. They want someone just to, they want what I want. I didn't realize that. I thought, when you're in your own fucking world and shit, you think you're just, a whole island and nobody knows how you feel and nobody's like you and you just gotta be, you just gotta like you because you're all out here all by yourself. You're all out there, is the word I heard. And then you find out, you listen to people and you realize they feel like me. They're like me. It feels good to have somebody to connect with. And I just kind of assume that people out there all have connections but me. They all have happy families and they have friends and I know that they're not happy. I know you got a lot of karma, but you have connections. And sometimes I realize that not everybody's got, we all got following and shit. It doesn't mean we have true connections where we can connect. And it was a cool thing to realize. It's like, I'm not alone on this. You feel like I do. It's these cool moments of an emotional connection. It's like, how I feel. That's crazy. Because, as I sit over here with all my crazy, I spend all time trying to connect with your guys, with my feelings to connect with you. But I always say I don't feel like anybody knows how I feel. Crazy. Anyways, going back to it. The mirror. Who is the extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, and the very embodiment of beauty. Prosperity. Flashes of inspiration give rise to great success when you receive this message. You are the most creative now, and whatever you apply yourself to will lead to the fruition of your dreams. Remember that all your ideas are channeled from a higher source. That's it. God tells me what to do. What do you say? Don't do shit on a Monday. He tells me that every Monday. Do I listen? Not usually. Do you? Remember that, and that's it. Am I going to die in hell? I mean, we're here. I'm dying. It says hell. Yeah. And that's it. If I stay in bed and do what he says and just, lollygag, then, he's pleased. If I go do some other shit with my time and don't spend all day lollygagging, he's still pleased. It's like, well, all right, I knew you were going to do this. In essence, he knows that I'm just going to go to the store and come back. Remember that all your ideas are channeled from a higher source. If I wasn't supposed to, I wouldn't even feel it. He'd make me go to the other one right up the street. He'd be like, no, just spend more. You're staying here. And if I get out there and it's raining, that's exactly my plan B. You create your reality in partnership with spirit. The potential for manifestation is unlimited now. Revel in its vastness. That's it. You sit there and you create your reality. What do you want your life to look like? That's a hard question. Be careful. Don't put too many images in that. You'll fuck up your... And that's the manifestations. I try not to do that, bro. Try not to envision my life. I try to walk in the vision of my life, not envision it some type of way with you know what I mean? Illusions of bullshit. Delusions of grandeur is what I heard. I don't try to see what my life will be. I already seen what it'll be. And when I see that, it's hard to see how that can be. But just believing that it can be is opening up that timeline. Otherwise, it's like, for example, you're like, oh, you should come work with me. And you start to envision what it would be like to work for that company. And you give it a lot of energy. You start thinking about, what it would be like to drive there every morning. Where would I have lunch? What would traffic be like to come home? You're creating it. You're putting all the details into this bitch by experiencing it. You're already in the experience of it. You're feeling what it would feel like to be this. So you're bringing this experience based on those feelings that you're sending off to you. And it could have just been a thought. But now, you've given it too much, and now it's going to be real. Gotta be careful. I try not to think. And that's where it is. I told, when I agree, and that's what happened this weekend. I saw it. I was like, if you agree with this, if you align with this, and you say it, so shall it be. I'm a master manifester. I can have anything I want. What I banish is the wants. I don't want the things that are... That was a very weird dance. I don't want the things that are no good for me. I just want what God has planned for me, which is this life. I want to be able to stop being bored with this life and trying to find other ways to occupy my time. Because that's all that's happening. And I told him, again, yesterday, I need financial freedom for the rest of my life. Why? For security purposes only. I don't need to go spending money every day, but you need to make that happen. Financial freedom for the rest of my life. And that's why I burned up that money, and I did all of that yesterday with the money. I don't need it because of the things I want. I need it for the peace of what I need to do. That's it. Right? That's it. I just need the financial freedom in my mind. Not necessarily in my pocket, but in my mind. I need to know that money is never an option. Or an answer or a question. That's it. It stands in the way of, you know what I mean? It doesn't. It's just something that I'd like to be removed from my life. The concern of money. I'm pretty much not concerned of it, and it's the only thing that'll drive me to get off of my path. So I want that eliminated so that I can just stay on my path. Which is basically, what the fuck do I need a job for? Because I need some fucking money. I don't need a job. I'm not looking for a career. I have a career. I need the financial freedom to stay doing my career so I don't get distracted with these stupid jobs. Because these stupid jobs, realistically, they take away from my priesthood. They fuck with my mind and they fuck with my family. They fuck with my home. You know what I mean? So in order for me to continue, and that's what I told him at the beginning of the year, said I need some financial security. So then he got me on welfare. Cool. But you know damn well that I need more than this. And that's where I've been grateful and I've been humble, but now I want you to take care of this finally. He gave me a way to make myself feel safe. Now I want him to take care of it fully. Really? Yeah, it's not about being rich. I told you what the intention is. I didn't say I want to be rich. I want to be freed from fucking financial insecurities. That's it. That's all. I don't want that anymore in my life. I don't want people to judge me out with my finances. I don't want this to be an area that brings up discord in my life anymore. I don't want this to be a worry. Take care of this. Take care of these problems, these financial issues in my life. Take care of them. I know you can. And you know that I'm not going to do it to harm nobody. I need this, do the right thing. And that's it. He already promised it with the lottery. And that's it too. You're going to force the lottery? Now, I don't know what force he's going to put into it. But I pulled the force of him to, force this shit to happen. Right? Right. It's walking in the prophecy of prosperity. Not so I'm out there just, giving out money. But just, people that are financially set don't have to worry about such things. They can worry about bigger problems. I don't worry about money anyways. I just want that to not ever be a worry ever again. Really? Yeah? Why can't I ask God to take away my worries? That's what he said. I didn't ask him to make me rich. He said, take away the stress of this. Take away the worry. And in essence, it's a feeling. How do you take away this feeling? Belief in him. If I believe that God's going to take this away, then he will. He will. Some way, something will happen in my outside where I can finally take away this feeling. But you have to align with it. And that's where you have to be careful in your manifestations. You can't just walk around saying, I want to be rich. Because your intentions of why you want to be rich are sour. Really? Yeah? What the fuck would you do? I'm going to go buy a sports car. You'd be Brewster Millions out there. Just blowing. Just looking, stunting for your daddy. Really? Yeah? You ever seen a lotto winner become rich and famous after winning the lotto? Like they use this money to make themselves bigger than the world? Or they just went to go enjoy the world now. They didn't have to worry about money. It didn't fully bring them happiness, just the peace. The things they do can make them happy. Things they always hoped and dreamed they could do, now they can afford to do. But, they didn't use it to become, a celebrity. All eyes on me. It wasn't about that. In essence, when people win the lottery, they don't want you to know. You guys want everyone to know how much you have in the bank. I got money in the bank. Shorty, what you drink? I don't know, just being honest. That's what I'm manifesting is unlimited resources or unlimited finances. Protective message. You are trying too hard to create all that you desire. Told you. Without the nurturing vital force of spirit. Without God. Without God's help. And I'm seeing Wolfman. Jeez, dude. Those are really spicy right now. It's too hot for buffalo, or it's too early for buffalo's fucking buffalo sauce. Jeez, I can taste it in the air. Whoa. Wolfman, doesn't want Jesus to save him. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Can I say that again? Am I wrong? Or is that not what you projected yesterday in your Aries video? I don't need a fucking savior. Then do it yourself, motherfucker. And look you're doing nothing. You're so fucking powerful and you have none of the shit that I don't have either. You didn't surrender it to God. Not at all. You just can't even get it on your own. I could get it. Here comes you should be getting it. Getting what the getting is good. I mean, fuck. You're too short on this shit, bro. You're too short. Like 50 cents short of a fucking dollar bill on this one. Seriously. Like, you want to do it all yourself to just show everyone, but you're not doing anything. You can't keep a girl. You don't have a house. You don't have a life. You don't have a purpose. You don't have a job. And you pretty much suck ass at reading cards. You have no identity, Aries. And as quick as I say that, I can go look at any other Aries and point it out. If you're an Aries and you're offended by this, I'll leave the comments open for this and tell me about yourself. Tell me about your identity. Tell me you're not one of these people. I am open to receive the fact that not all of you are alike. And that's good. You will show me that there's breaks, tears in mass consciousness. That you're not like the masses of Aries individuals. But you have the characteristics to be just like them. So keep that in mind. Realistically, not all Sagittariuses are like me. But by nature, they're Sagittarius. Whether they harness it or not is a whole nother fucking story. Alright. Sorry, it's just like that. It's like, you know, without the nurturing vital force of Jesus. Perhaps you're in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing monumental tasks, and unable to decide on your first step, so you just avoid doing anything. That's the hangman, which is the card of Aries. I want to point out again. But no, I'm seeing this. It's like, I saw it as I was reading it. Creative slump, suffering from writing block, facing monumental tasks, and unable. No, bro. You're all about the flesh world. You're all about eating good foods, having sex, and adventures. You're not about actual... You have no stability. You have no grounding. You're a flyaway, and you're hiding something heavy, bro. With all of the abuse of drugs, sex, alcohol, food. You're on a constant high, bro. And by doing that, you're masking something huge. I will not ask God because he will tell me and it'll end up on these videos. But if you're in my energy, it could be anything. You got sexual abuse, bro? Is that why you do this to women? Because somebody did it to you? What are you hiding with all of this? Why are you trying to fucking put your mind to rest? You know, I see you doing drugs and shit. And that's it too. He smokes weed nonstop, but he won't let you, he only feels comfortable to do it with like certain fucking signs. He'll come out and have a pipe in his hand and he'll rip it and in his fucking, you know, but he'll pretend like he's not high in the rest of his videos. He doesn't want the rest of the 12 tribes of Israel to know that he's fucking over there getting high. He won't tell you in all his videos he's praying to Lucifer. He won't be himself in everywhere. He chooses what sides to show. You are a sideshow, bro. Am I meant to break you? Yeah. So that I can rebuild you. I'm gonna break the shit out of you, bro. Because why? Because you're already broken. You're just walking around here in a fucking mask. I know what's underneath there, bro. There's a troubled little boy under there that hides as a grown man because his mom made him become the man she didn't have. And you use that masculinity to control other women to get your narrative. You are your father, you piece of shit. Let that sink in, you piece of shit. You treat fucking daughters of God like your father treated your family. And how he treats other women in the streets. Or is it your mother that this comes from? What created the monster we look upon today? Are you going to heal that inner child, or are you just going to let this child run free for the rest of your life? With no direction, with no discipline, with no consequences, with no rules, restrictions, or fucking understanding. You are a fucked up little Lilith, bro. Now I see how the world sees me through looking at you. And that's that mirror effect, bro. Jesus, this is what I was. This is how people viewed me. Do you see it, Russ? Do you see yourself in this? This is terrible. And that's what you're doing. Just like your little girlfriend, Russ. Why the fuck does she have to drink all the time like that? She can't have any joy in her life unless she's got a cup in her hand. That's when she gets fun. Only when she's had a couple drinks is she fun. So you got to keep her liquored up to have fun with this girl. You're feeding their fucking shadows, bro. By the cases. And by doing that, you have to partake too. You don't even like to drink. But you like when she's drunk, so you're willing to drink so that you can have a fun time with her. You guys got serious issues, bro. I don't mind helping you with them, but you need to start with acknowledging them and then come get the help that you need. Because obviously, if you could deal with this on your own, you would have dealt with this on your own. I've given you all of it. You need some real hands-on experience where I'm not letting you go. You're not running away from this conversation. We're going to sit here for the next 2 to 3 hours, however long it takes, to get to the bottom of this. You're going to fucking cry. You're going to get mad. You're going to feel better. You're going to look at life different when you're done with me. I don't have that forceful way on other people, but when it comes to you guys, I'm serious. You need fucking help. Serious psychological help. As I did. I did the psychological training on myself. I can do it with you. Or you could just go around psychologically damaged for the rest of your life, pretending to be happy and successful. Kim Kardashian. Your fucking daddy issues. Trying to be a fucking lawyer like daddy, right? Why? Because he was all powerful and everybody looked up for him. Your mom isn't shit, is she? Just like all the women, you realize that's it. You're your mother. Your children are your mother. Your sister's your mother. Everybody's your mother. You didn't have a father. Ugh. What'd she teach you? Nothing. How to be beautiful. An ugly person taught you how to be beautiful. How funny is that? Sorry. Moving on. Breathe. Where was I at? You're trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing vital force of spirit. Yeah, you need God in your life. Quit pretending like you don't. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide on your first step, so you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelm you? Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? I can see a couple people that you just don't know what to do, and that's that hangman and that 8 of swords. You're so overwhelmed by what's going on. It's not nothing big outside. It's inside, bro. It just makes the outside look big. And that smell of those fucking... Dude, her food is killing me. Ugh. Oh. Imagine smelling hot wings on an empty stomach. It's burning. Alright. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. I'm not going to say spirit. This is their dumb way of not offending anyone. You got to tap into God. And ask God for inspiration. 2 minds are greater than 1, so co-create, and that goes back to the 2 of Cups, with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as you get out of your own way. You're gonna, with fucking with me, shut up, Russ, fuck with me, you got it good. I mean, you're gonna have a better life fucking with me, but it's gonna be, you know what I mean, it's like, you really know that this is it's gonna change you, but you have to make the changes. Otherwise, I'm not gonna fuck with you. Being in my spirit is meant to make your life better, but you have to do the action after the fact. I can make you feel better so that you can do better, but you have to do the doing. Right? And that's it. So I know how to do what you don't. But when I tell you what to do, will you do it? And that's submission to authority, a higher authority. Acknowledge that I know what you're going through, and I know how to do this, and if I do it, it works. Works every fucking time, bro. And yeah, as soon as we get dealt with that problem, then you're gonna be like, but what about this? Come on, bro, let me have a smoke break, and then we can deal with that one. There's many areas of your life you need to break open and start really investigating and break down and pull apart. It's in your mind. It's holding you back. That's those fears, bro. It's like I had to work through so much fucking intimate relationship trauma to finally get close to somebody. It's taken me years, bro. Am I ready to run out and go get close to another somebody? No, I'm just sitting with the fact that I finally did this, that I got close. Think about how it felt, how long it took me to go through this, what was holding me back, how brave I am for doing what I did, and you know what I mean, where do I want to go from here? And that's where it was, is I didn't become attached to the person, I became attached to the experience. I want to be able to be close like this again. I want to have more experiences like this. I want to be brave enough to do this again. That's what I meant. And that's where you integrate a new way of life. And you get out of your way. The only thing standing in your way is you. There might be people that try to stand at the door. You're not fucking leaving. You better push them out of your fucking way. No, don't push them, because they might say that you put hands on them. But if that's the case, then you call the police and say they won't let me out the door and I don't want to put my hands on them. Realistically, they're being forceful. So you got to call the, you know what I mean, a police force, because if you do it, you're going to end up in jail. Put your fucking hands on nobody. No fucking, you know what I mean? That's trapped. You're not trapping me in here. I'm not trapped. I can get out of here. You know what I mean? Crawling out the window or something. I'm not, you're not, you don't own me, bro. I don't have to stay here in this hell. I'll sleep in my fucking car. Yes, it's like, fuck. Light a fire or something. That's all we're talking about is, so I guess this week, I guess I have to focus on manifestations, how you channel it. That's all we're talking about is how you channeling your thoughts. And I said willpower, you know, taking action. I can show you how to clear your thoughts. You have to tap into your heart to take the actions. And that's exactly what they said. Right now, no. You're in a hangman. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be working through the thoughts, which is the fears. So that tomorrow on a Tuesday in Mars energy, which is that of action, you can take action. But in the moon and the full moon in general and in Aries, you're just supposed to be literally microscoping yourself. Who am I? How do I feel? What do I think? What do I want? That's how you create. The universe, when you start having these conversations, here's Hermes sitting next to you taking a list. When you start talking, you know what I mean? Talking from your heart. They're listening. And that's what that's about, okay? As far as full moon ceremonies, I teach them all the time. You're going to want to take, I don't know if I ever want water to this one. I don't think I do. You can make some moon water out of this. I mean, I guess if you think about what it's, I guess, yeah, okay. I was thinking about the negative perspective of it. You'll take a bottle of water and put it under the moon tonight. For how long? As long as you feel. Let it get charged up by the moon, and then put it away in a dark place. And you can save that for times when you can use it for all kinds of different spells and stuff like that. You can use that the next morning, pour it into your bath, and really take that energy and feel, you know, the new identity, or just wearing yours. I don't feel like I got a new identity at all yet. I feel like I'm just stable in my identity, which is just, you know, not seeking outside of myself, but having more understanding for what's inside of myself. I'm not looking for another part of me. I'm just dealing with the parts I already have and having appreciation. So that's what we'll do with that. Charge a mirror under it? Maybe. How could you use that one? I'm seeing it, it's like, well, I guess you could pull out their false identity. You know what I mean? If you walked into a room and somebody was being fake as fuck and you opened the mirror on them, it would, you know, and shined it at them, it would pull that fucking false identity, and then you'd see the real person. That's how you would use that in mirror magic if you wanted to. How do you do that? Take a little pocket mirror, one that has a lid, charge it under the moon. After it's done, wrap it up in a black cloth of some type. And I guess that's what you could use it for, is to expose the false light. Because it's a power of identity. So if you shine this mirror on somebody, you shine this energy of identity, it's going to show their true self. So I guess, you know, it would be a good magical tool to have. I have a couple of those mirrors. I got one that I did, and I'm like, ew, if I ever open that, run. Something's coming out of that. Something very demonic is coming out of that mirror. And so I was like, do we want a mirror of this? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, there we go. Maybe. It's a one-time use. It's not like you keep pulling it out. It harnesses the energy and you release it. It's a one-time use. It's a one-shooter. You're like, you know too much. I didn't know anything at all. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.